Let's just get right into it, folks. Let's just get right into it. How are you all today? SubaruSteve Montgomery here. You know, I'm looking at the SpaceX Starship. In fact, I'm going to play this in the background quietly, though, and I'm going to roll it at 2 times the speed. It's a 13-minute video on YouTube. I would invite you all to take a look at when you get a chance. But my rocket, this one in my hand here, I'm going to try to give you a close-up of it. It says right on here, 1957A Burzak creation. I don't know how much of that you can see or how clear or not, but this was created the same year I was born, right? And to me, it's every bit a starship. It's designed to fly with 3 engines. And look, this one's got 3 engines on this part of the rocket, right? The booster's got 37 engines in it, but this has 3 engines just like the one from 1957. Now, some of you would say, well, what a coincidence, but I say God incidents, right? Some things are meant to be, and this is just a reminder that as I look at these Starship videos, that's the booster coming back and landing on Earth. This is the Starship part here that will separate and go on its way. Starship 1, they have to reduce payloads. So I'm watching this long video. Here's the point of all of this. Excuse me as I digress. And before we get started, I do have 2 things I know I'll forget if I don't. Today is June 5th. It is Thursday. It is Space Update Thursday. Did you know, not Juno, did you know that ice cream was once called cream ice? Yeah. Anthony V used to say this stuff to me. I'd say, you want to get some ice cream? He'd say, you mean cream ice? I didn't know he knew what he was talking about, but he was spot on with that one. Yeah. And then Woodrow Wilson, again, Thursday, June 5th, I just get so intrigued by this stuff, was a president who they named a bridge after him in Alexandria, where I was born. And he once said, the man who is swimming against the stream knows the strength of it. Yeah. And I had to think about it for a second, but I thought, you know what? If you don't get in the stream and start to swim, you don't know how strong it is. Right? Right? So listen, let's get back to this now. This was some kind of fun stuff. I watched the whole 13 minutes and then I looked at it again and then I said, let me speed it up and let me just cover some bullet points on here because again, you know, I do things for a reason. And, you know, I mention on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, I like to mention Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and throughout the week when I get the opportunity. But Thursdays, I devote to my dream that I can and I will do of going into space, right? I've been dreaming this for years now, and I've been watching as SpaceX, now with NASA, has started creating these space starships, right? That's what they're calling this, a starship, because it will go from Earth to, and look at the stuff they'll carry down in the cargo bay. I just want to say, you gotta look for this. This video is called Amazing Life Inside the SpaceX Starship. And you can watch it at normal speed, but amazing stuff. Each person needs the space, just the geometrical space, with nothing in it. You just need the space for one person of a shipping container. That's pretty big, right? And that's just livable space because they talk about, you know, originally 2 years ago, they were talking about maybe moving 100 people at a time in a starship. So in the event of a catastrophe, we could theoretically get 1,000 people off world. And that's further down the line. Look, we're talking about water. They're talking about how much water you need to carry for a 6-month, they're talking longer, 900-day journey to go to Mars. You got to have water when you're there. And if you're coming back, you got to have water coming back. What are they doing about this? Okay, something I learned. You saw him close the door and you see the toilet paper. This is the grossness of it, okay? Is they need to recycle water. By recycling water and all liquids, they reduce the need to carry almost 80% of the water. Are you doing that? Are you thinking this with me here? The water needed. They need water, wastewater management. And you heard it right, wastewater management. Some people say, well, astronauts drink their urine. Well, you know what? I don't have a problem with it if it's filtered and clean and astronauts are drinking it. I don't have a problem with that. And if it reduces the weight, the cargo weight of that water that needs to be carried to enable other decks and other things on there. They're talking the space needed for 20 people. They figure 20 people is the right amount, right? You know, you're not going in a 2 or 3 bedroom house, but you're actually in this rocket. They're making sure plenty of space. I'm going all over the place here. I'm excited again, and that's good. They also talked about 2 hours a day of exercise. Look, sleeping areas. 2 hours a day per exercise of cardio and strength training. And you know what? I can use that in my life. So I look forward to that. Again, the water management, they talk about, you know what, your urine, your waste, you know, anything that's got liquid in it is basically recycled and used as drinking water. And then when you recycle the drinking water, they recycle that again and again and again. Food, they say they can even have pizza on the space station because it's all compressed and they add water. Hydroponics, a hydroponics lab, a 6-month journey to Mars. Could you imagine how cool it would be to watch lettuce growing? I would love that. Where else am I? So originally we thought 100 people would go in here, but now I'm realizing it's 24 to 20, and 20 is the right amount. Pac-Man, come on! I almost put my Pac-Man shirt on today. Oh, by the way, Party Spock is in the house. But VR systems, right? They can't. 20 people can't watch one movie, but 20 people in VR sets can watch 20 different movies. I'm just saying. I got 3 VR sets right over there. You see them? You see them? I've already been training for that. I'm ready for this. I am so ready. I just messed up my camera angle, didn't I? Didn't I? Didn't I? I did. Okay, anyways, VR headsets, um, hydroponics. A crew of 20 seems to be the right number, too. And this is happening, folks. This is happening. Look, there we are. There they are landing, right? I mean, this is happening. I went too quick here. I told it to loop. Let's just see if it loops around. But that's it, folks. That's my space update for today. Nothing long and drawn out. There we go. There we go. There she is. The SpaceX Starship. It's the big rocket. Do I get excited? You bet I do. Listen, I'll have some fun for y'all tomorrow. Today was just kind of dedicated to this, and I wanted to really stay focused on that. I hope somebody watches and sees it, maybe hits that like button, hits that red round button of love, which is right down over there. You see it down there. It's a round button, and where is he at? I had it here a second ago. It's the little round button with my little mini hand on it over there. So hit that button. Just go over there and hit that button and hit that subscribe button. And whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever you say, do it on a Subaru. That's what I say. Have a great day, folks. High five, Nat. I am SubaruSteve Montgomery. Thanks for tuning in. Later. Thank you, Darlene, as always.